Welcome back to Chase My Potential, where I help you discover those knowledge gaps massively holding you back. Whether it be them small technical details or decision making, we cover it all, leaving no stone unturned. Calafiori's performance versus Croatia was top, and the amount of requests I've had to do this one, especially from you defenders, has been insane. No matter what position you play or where you're coaching, this video will give you tons of value, but especially for you defenders. So let's get into it. In the 7th minute, we see his awareness and confidence. As the ball comes to Calafiori, we see Italy have boxed in Croatia nicely. Instead of playing the ball out wide, he goes for the bounce pass with the midfielder, which initiates a press. He opens up facing the central centre-back and assesses the striker's momentum. Now, how many defenders do you know that look this confident on the ball? He drives through the gap by sharply cutting with the outside of his left foot. Now notice, as he plays to the right centre-back, the midfielder has filled in for him. Now, with Darmian on the ball, we see how important it is for defenders to be composed on the ball. He throws this fake pass to find out the striker's intentions, who goes to press. Now, there is more space inside. Just on this point, when I say it's important for defenders to be composed, oftentimes the angle at which we come at trying to teach these things are wrong. For example, if I say to a defender, be composed when a team is pressing you, you won't just magically now become composed, right? Remember, composure and confidence is the byproduct, it's not the starting point. We saw the defender done a fake pass to assess more and make a better decision. This also now gives him more time on the ball, as the pressing defenders will run elsewhere momentarily as he goes to play that pass, as they're now gambling on pressing the new player he's about to pass to. So now you see a defender now knowing to do these small, subtle fake passes when you receive the ball when somebody's pressing you. And what would more time on the ball give a defender who is being pressed? You guessed it, composure. So if somebody is telling you to be more composed on the ball, that's not the right way to put it. You should be thinking, what do I need or need to know in this scenario to become more composed? For example, to become a little bit more composed in a scenario where attackers are pressing you, I need a split second more. How do I get that? By doing the fake pass. Therefore, then I'll become a little bit more composed, as I actually have more time to be composed with. I have that little bit longer to make the right decision. Now, after the fake pass, he plays it back into Calafiori, who goes back out. A simple in-to-out pass. A nice way to beat any press. Now we see Italy's freedom. He makes a run in behind as this player comes deep, dragging two players with him. And this is a wide centre-back making the run of a winger. It just shows the better a defender is on the ball, the more likely they are to stand out. In the 13th minute, he plays this pass into the midfielder. Again, notice when he receives the ball, here, he's giving nothing away. Could be going either way. He doesn't control the ball, making it obvious which way he's going. As the ball comes in, again, he's assessing the press. See, he's running slightly on the wide side to cut off the pass to the wide man. So, as the ball is coming into Calafiori, at the very last second, he taps the ball inside and passes to the midfielder. Now, as the ball goes back out to the wing-back, look at Calafiori, sprinting down the pitch to create more room for himself and his teammates. Now, he receives the ball with this space. Imagine if instead he received the ball here. He would be under pressure instantly. In the 14th minute, he plays the long ball. As the ball is switching to him, he's looking up as the ball is halfway to him. We see some nice rotation, the wing back coming deep and the advanced midfielder running into the vacant space. He wouldn't have noticed this if he didn't have his head up as the ball was travelling to him. Again, as soon as he controls and the ball has left his feet, his head is up. And then a really nice clip into space. In the 17th minute, confident under pressure. Again, as the ball comes back to the keeper, he's not just stood here. He's sprinting back to be an option and create as much space as possible. 1 for his teammates, but 2 between him and his marker. It's too risky to open up. So his first touch goes directly backwards. Doing this allows him to get his head up as the ball travels backwards. Now, instead of passing here, he does another touch diagonally backwards to create a safer passing lane. Good control from the wing-back, who touches it slightly in field with his first touch to make this passing lane now accessible. In the 20th minute, high and wide playing like a fullback, and he hits the zone between the penalty spot and the 6-yard line. And look at the movement from the forward. Sprinting into this zone, which makes the centre-back now have to react. The forward notices the flight of the ball early and now backs off into the space he's just created by moving the defender out of it and so close to a goal. In the 38th minute, Calafiori breaking lines again to the centre mid, initially intercepting the ball and not just kicking it away. A simple bounce pass. Now, as the ball is coming back to him, he does this fake long pass. Why? Because the bounce pass here could be risky for these forwards to press aggressively. This again allows him to be more composed as he has created more time on the ball. They play in a triangle. Now, this take from Calafiori to beat the press is brilliant. Again, a fake pass straight into a sharp touch out wide, and then he breaks the lines. In the 41st minute, we see this first-time pass into the wing-back who comes inside. Calafiori again with his head up, but what cues can he look for to see it's on? Look at the wing-back as the central centre-back is about to pass the ball. He's making a great run in behind for a potential reverse pass from the central centre-back to catch everyone by surprise. Now, as the ball is halfway to Calafiori, this is what he sees. The wing-back offside on the blind side of his defender. He now knows that the defender will move this way and the wing-back this way, back down the pitch. The longer he keeps his head up, the more information he can gather. Here we see it's obvious now that the wing-back is going to come to feet as the ball is very close to Calafiori. If you're enjoying this video so far, please pause the video and give us a quick like. It really helps out. Thank you. Back to the video. In the 70th minute, he clips the ball into a forward. As the ball is being played to the central centre-back, he's moving backwards to, as we see the striker pressing. Meaning, if he didn't, the striker would have successfully blocked off the passing lane. With his head up, looking what you can see, this player pointing to get the ball. Now he curls the ball into him. Lastly, notice how his touch went down the line. This makes all the opposition players come across, so now there is more space on the opposite side. If he touches the ball inside with his first touch, they might sit deep instead. In the 78th minute, we see Italy lose the ball. One thing Calafiori done wrong here was he moved too early. He was already in the space as the midfielder received the ball. He should wait to arrive into that space. In the 81st minute, we see a clever idea from Calafiori. He plays to the wing-back and runs in behind. If the wing-back's first touch is back down the pitch, giving it to the central centre-back, he can play it to Calafiori first time, as he will also be at a sprint. In the 82nd minute, he switches the play. As the ball is about to come out to him, we see him glance. We see the Italian forward on the blind side being very clever, ready to run here undetected. As he receives the ball, the opposition fullback has dropped back. So instead of passing it here, as it's very tight and Croatia are in great numbers, he switches the play. In the 95th minute, we really see how hard it is to press against Italy's formation. If this player goes inside, the wing-back gets it free. If he goes outside, the centre-mid gets it free. But Calafiori is one step ahead with his disguise again. We see him with his arm up, telling the wing-back to run in behind, with the intention to then actually play inside. And lastly, in the last minute of the game, we see a Calafiori assist. Driving aggressively with the ball, he waits for the striker to engage and plays a 1-2 at the perfect time. A stretch touch to get back onto it, and he drives through the gap. We now see him do this big touch and then glance to find cues. One defender pressing him, and the wide defender following this run. Now the space is out wide. And what a way to equalise. Again, look at his hips for this type of shot. We see his shirt number facing the throw-in line. But can we appreciate a wide centre-back getting an assist from the edge of the box after driving through the whole team? And there we have it. Firstly, the amount of requests we've had to do a defender analysis, and it's about time. So I really hope this was helpful for you ballers and coaches to see what separates an average defender from a top defender. It's always those fine details. For me, my biggest takeaways here are the little fake passes that he does, his awareness creating space for himself. When the opposition team are pressing, he runs backwards, at pace as well, but mainly his tidiness on the ball. He moves like a midfielder, and not to mention, he's not afraid to pick the ball up in any area of the field, and he always looks comfortable. And defenders, although you may need to practice a lot of heading and defending in your sessions, if you can become a real master of the ball, that is what will really set you apart, especially in today's game. So like and subscribe if you haven't already, as we will be pumping out all of the best performances in the Euros and Copa America. Next up will be Doku. Thank you for watching. See what small details you can take from this analysis to apply to your game or coaching, but most of all, keep chasing your potential.